There's a lot of dogs. So the like I said, the update fixed scopes.
We may not be alone. Someone is nearby. Perhaps they're resuming combat operations.
Yeah, you got it. So I took out my my configuration for the scopes. Oh, look, he's waggling. So I've taken out my configuration for the scope, so now, you know, it's not trying to scope right now. So they fixed that in the latest beta patch. And of course the other one that if you scoped and it would crash if there were like particle issues. So it started to make sense why whenever I would scope a turret that would, you know, turret spark. It suddenly made sense at why sometimes scoping a turret would cause a crash. What? See me? Oh, it's creepier now. Oh, wrong gun. It's like, why is there... Yeah, I hit him. Must be through the wall. It must be through the wall or something. Where'd the other one go? There were two of them. There were a minimum of two.
Intriguing. Starting recording. College Square. I was hoping some professors or even students would be here. You should wash your hands after that. It can be unsanitary to handle the deceased.
Yeah, the ghouls are particularly nasty now. It's really laggy around here, though.
Hey, what do you want?
Nothing. I was trying to loot this corpse. Apparently there's two parts to the mod. There's one that just does the sounds and textures for them, and then if you enable the ESP file for it, it actually like adds some crafting things to it. So like you can pull their bones out and make the bones into oil or something. Maybe it's laggy because the ghouls, actually. Because the mod did say wait inside for 3 days, otherwise you might experience a crash. Unfortunately, I haven't done that. So I might be experiencing some issues because of that.
Look at these burn marks. Must have spent a whole case of ammo holding this site.
Suppose that means we missed all the
Paladin
fun.
Dance is waiting for you
No one's
inside,
gonna
recruit.
move on this place now that the Pridwood's in town.
Where did all that explosion go? Open console and type help blackjack 4. Would that work? So I haven't even seen Paladin Dance since the
Cavalry's arrived,
mod.
and it looks like they sent in the big guns.
Why did the Brotherhood send it here?
We call our ship the Pridwen. She's loaded with enough troops and supplies to mount a major offensive. If she's here, Elder Maxon's here. And that means we're going to war.
Who's Elder Maxon?
Maxon is the commander of this division of the Brotherhood of Steel. He's the model of what every Brotherhood soldier hopes to become. If we're going to war, I can promise you that he'll be leading the charge. That being said, you're about to get to know the Prydwen up close and personal. I've received orders that we're both to report to her immediately. Follow me up to the roof of the police station. We're going for a little ride.
Oh. We're gonna board the vertibird, I guess, huh? Alright, also, sorry. I just realized the frame rate probably is also dodgy on the capture as well. Let me fix that. Because I didn't have that window selected and it doesn't like not being selected, so sorry if that was also a bit dodgy too. Though that seems to have fixed the game a little bit. No, it's still a bit. Oh well. Hey Rick. Welcome.
Good. You're back.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back, baby. Did you miss me? How you
No
doing?
matter how many battles we win, there's always another fight ahead of us.
We tried making friends. I feel like that's a theme that's missing here. Something about making friends. Whoa. Well, that's here. Oh, I'm actually gonna ride the thing? How do I get in? Guys, lower the ladder or something. Oh, just go in.
That minigun in front of you is loaded and ready to fire. If you spot anything hostile during the flight, I suggest you put it to good use.
What?
Make sure you properly identify your target before you start shooting. We don't want to have any mishaps with fire on the local.
What?
The Commonwealth looks different from up here, doesn't it? It never ceases to amaze me how drastically your perception of the battle changes from the air. We're gonna need that edge when we take on the Institute. They've already proven that they're technologically superior, which means there's no telling what type
It's a bit laggy from up here.
Hopefully, our air superiority and tactical know-how will make the difference. Now, all we have to do is find them.
Apparently
I'm betting that Elder Maxon will have a plan already in place by the time we arrive.
I'm sorry, I'm not listening. I'm shooting things with a gun.
I wish everyone down there believed in our cause, but they've been blinded by rumors and misinformation. They don't realize that the Brotherhood of Steel is the Commonwealth's last hope for survival. Every man, woman, and child below is in mortal danger. If we fail, it's only a matter of time before the enemy overwhelms the population. Cleansing the
I mean, I'll be honest, dude. I'm
I will gladly
not part of
spill
your
my
cause
own
either.
blood if it ensures our victory.
Ooh. I'm just here for the free shit.
We're on final approach to the airport. The Prydwen should be coming into view just ahead. We'll be meeting Lancer Captain Kells on the flight deck. Just stick close to me and answer all of his questions.
Laggy up here. Hey, it's the ship. Is that where we're going? Boston Airport. I don't think I've ever been to the airport. Bios is pretty selective with their friends. Well, it's okay. I'm going to betray them.
There she is. It's been far too long since I've
Whoa, Jesus Christ, that actually frickin' made me kind of tip over. Jesus. Holy crap. Like I felt my gut just kind of cinch as we tipped.
Do you have time? It is important to me.
Okay.
What's up?
It is a personal matter. About, well, my control of feelings is worse than before. And you are no help. With your teasing of poor little Curie. But it is not just you. Sometimes a simple compliment, nice hair, and I am flustered. Confused. Other times, people suggest the strangest and most lurid things. And I am even more confused. Why do people do this?
Because you're so cute when you're confused.
You are not making any of this easier, you? Oh, I must get a handle on this if I am ever to advance my experiments.
Alright. How do I get out of here? I remember this being a thing. They say, how do you exit the vertibird? How do we get out of the vertibird? Jump.
Perhaps you
There we
should
go.
save your ammunition?
Wow. The textures here are flickering like crazy. Ugh. It's kind of annoying, guys. Ugh. Okay. Know it. Might be a texture glitch going on, because that's fucking with my eyes. Let's restart it. You don't exit, you live there now. Yeah, I remember people saying they couldn't figure out how to get out, and apparently it was you have to jump. I think. It would make you leave it. Oh, thank God, the textures are fixed.
Permission to come aboard, sir?
Permission granted. And welcome back, Paladin. Allow me to be the first to congratulate you on a successful mission. And is this our new recruit?
No.
Yes, sir.
I mean,
I've
yeah.
promoted her to initiate, and I'd like to sponsor her entry into our rankings personally.
Yes, we've read your reports. You'll be pleased to know that Elder Maxon's approved your request and placed the recruit in your charge.
Thank you, sir. And my current orders?
You are to remain on the Pridwin and await further instructions.
Very good, sir. Ad Victoriam, Captain.
Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Add 2 + 3.
So, you're the one Paladin Dance has taken under his wing. You don't look much like a soldier to me.
Neither do you. But, you know, you look like you should be grazing in a field somewhere.
Looks can be deceiving.
Which is precisely why I personally insist on scrutinizing every recruit who boards this vessel. I've read Paladin Dance's reports. He seems to think you'll make a fine addition to the Brotherhood. You might expect an endorsement like that to grant you a great deal of latitude with us. But let me make one thing clear. The Brotherhood of Steel has traveled to the Commonwealth with a specific goal in mind. As the captain of this vessel, I won't allow anyone to jeopardize our mission, no matter how valuable they think they are. Understood?
What exactly is your mission here?
I'm not at liberty to say. Elder Maxon will be addressing the crew shortly, and I'm certain all of your questions will be answered. Now, was there anything else, or was everything I said understood?
Not even a hint? Come on, I deserve it.
Look, all I can tell you is that we're here directly in response to the data that Dance's recon team provided us. Beyond that, you'll just have to wait until Elder Maxon addresses the crew. Now dispense with the questions. It's time to get to work. Understood? That's all for now, soldier. Your orders are to proceed to the command deck for the address. After which, Elder Maxon wishes to have a word with you. If you have any questions, ask me now. Otherwise, you're dismissed.
Guys, I'm aboard this place. Oh, I'm so gonna screw with them.
Can you tell me anything about Elder Maxon?
Elder Maxon is the supreme commander of the Brotherhood. Without his tenacity and his vision, we'd still be a small group of complacent stragglers, occupying the Citadel in the capital wasteland. In a mere decade, he's grown the Brotherhood of Steel into a major military force. He's an inspiration to us all. Is there anything else?
Yeah. Where can I get power armor?
Only knights are allowed to wear Brotherhood power armor. And you're no knight. Not yet. Until
know,
Elder
spring
Maxon
chicken.
grants you that title, you'll have to make do with what you've got. Anything else?
What are my orders?
Your orders are to proceed to Elder Maxon's address, after which he wishes to speak with you. Anything else?
I don't have any questions.
Then I suggest you head over to the command deck immediately. Dismissed, Initiate.
Yeah. Hi. How you doing? How'd you get in this outfit? Alright. Let's get a lay of the land here. Let's just see. Let's just see what all I can heck with, alright? Cigarettes? These aren't standard issue. Come on. Who's smoking up here? No smoking. You don't mind if I take this stuff, right? No problem. Plasma rounds. I mean, your papers are getting wet, because I don't have ambient occlusion on. It would stop the rain from pouring in. The only reason I didn't set that as a performance issue, you can't actually make it so it's not raining inside. That feature does exist. Right. How do I get out of this chicken shit outfit?
Welcome aboard. Elder Maxon is holding his address inside the command deck.
Alright. Let's go. In there, huh?
Brothers and sisters, the road behind has been long and fraught with difficulty. Each and every one of you has surpassed my expectations by rapidly facilitating our arrival in the Commonwealth. You have accomplished this amazing feat without a hint of purpose or direction. And most impressively, without question. Now that the ship is in position, it is time to reveal our purpose and our mission. Beneath the Commonwealth, there is a cancer, known as the Institute. A malignant growth that needs to be cut before it infects the surface. They are experimenting with dangerous technologies that could prove to be the world's undoing for the second time in recent history. The Institute's scientists have created a weapon that transcends the destructive nature of the atom bomb. They call their creation the Synth, a robotic abomination of technology that is free-thinking and masquerades as a human being. This notion that a machine could be granted free will is not only offensive, but horribly dangerous.
You're
Like
bigots.
reality, if it isn't harnessed properly, it has the potential of rendering us extinct as a species. I am not prepared to allow the Institute to continue this line of experimentation. Therefore, the Institute and their synths are considered enemies of the Brotherhood of Steel, and should be dealt with swiftly and mercilessly. This campaign will be costly, and many lives will be lost. But in the end, we will be saving humankind from its worst enemy. Itself. Ad Victoria!
Ad Victoria! Ad Victoria!
Add multiply.
How can a machine believe it's alive? It's ridiculous. You know those synths with the plastic faces? They creep me the heck out.
I mean, you're looking a little shiny there too. Just saying. Is that setting? Well, it's actually in a setting now. Before you had to do it in the INI files. I don't know if this is standard, but yeah, rain occlusion. But it's also in an INI file. You can probably find it if it's not.
I care about them, you know. The people of the Commonwealth.
Oh, do you?
If you say so.
I can understand your indecisiveness. Turning your weapons on the very same people that you're trying to save can be a bitter pill to swallow.
You're not gonna convince me you're right.
Yet despite that, Paladin Dan still feels you'd be an asset to the Brotherhood. Seeing as he's one of my most respected field officers, you couldn't get a better recommendation. Therefore, from this moment forward, I'm granting you the rank of Knight. And, befitting your title, we're granting you a suit of power armor to protect you on the field of battle. Wear it with pride.
A knight? What is this? The Dark Ages?
Judging from the state of the world, it wouldn't be a stretch to say we're living in that era again. In any event, once you're finished becoming familiar with the Pridwin and my staff, report to the flight deck for your new orders. Welcome aboard the Pridwin, soldier. Make us proud.
Engine turbines at 87% efficiency.
What do you think, Curie? I mean, you heard what they said, right? About machines and not really being people? What do you think? I get a lot of screen tearing up here.
Proximity sensor's green. Getting a 3-second ping back.
System delta's at 100%.
Right.
Secondary delta's
Excuse me, Captain Kells?
Yes? What is it?
Scribe Halen is requesting transport crates and medical supplies for the Cambridge outpost. I'll make sure they're on the next flight out there.
Excellent. Thank you for bringing that to my attention.
Would you
Hope we're
believe that
staying
I was a
put for a
farmer
while.
before this?
It's a long
Never even
flight
touched a
back to
gun
the
till I was in
capital
basic
wasteland.
training.
Sounds like
How's
I better
that?
get used to calling
Right,
this
right.
place home.
Of course. I'm not gonna lie though. Getting to fire military-grade weapons was a big draw for me.
Control systems all reporting back nominal.
Balonet Alpha at 93%. Compensating.
That hair.
Excuse me.
Congratulations on the promotion, Knight.
Thank you.
Nothing to report right
I
now,
believe
Knight.
you're needed elsewhere right now. We can talk later.
Do what I want. Hey, I'm gonna drive this thing. Hey, come on. How do I kick this thing into focus? Come on. Start the engines. Oh, here we go.
Trying to minimize reactive jitter, adjusting compression rate.
Come on, Curie, don't worry. Got this all under control.
These appear worthless. Surely we can leave that behind.
I mean, you're sort of right, Curie. A lot of things on the Pridewin
Curie
are
radio
worthless.
signals keep pinging
I'm
me
just
red.
taking the stuff that has worth.
Superstructure integrity green. Hull plating stable.
The influx of data is hard to process. Apologies if sometimes I make little sense. I will work on this.
Forward deck. It's also very dark. Oh, yeah, there's some shit going on down there. Are they shooting at us? Are they really shooting at us? Really? Or is that the settlement? Oh yeah, we were supposed to help a settlement down there, weren't we? That's what's going on.
Hey.
No, Curie. Alright, how do I go up?
Status report.
Green across the board, sir. Nothing new.
Good. Carry on, Knight.
Man, they're so
Human-looking
big.
synths are the worst. They hide in plain sight.
Well, yeah, the human ones, I agree. Because they're just weird. But, you know. Anything else? Just realized something. They never tried talking to the Institute at all. They just came in and declared war. Yeah, that's what the Brotherhood does, like Rick says. That's why I always hated them. 'Cause that's their thing. That's what they do. They just come in, claim all technology as theirs, claiming it's for the betterment of the world. You know, they're basically raiders, just with they're raiders with a policy, really. It's the only difference. Let's see. Elder Max and Captain, I need you to prepare the Pride Wind for departure. Archivist Knox has completed the analysis of the energy readings we received from Paladin Dance's recon team and has concluded they're being produced by the Institute. Knox is certain that the energy readings can only be produced by artificial means and only with an extremely advanced level of technology. Judging from the frequency of the readings, we both agree that some type of device or weapon is being deployed by the Institute, which means we need to head to the Commonwealth as soon as possible. I'm not certain what type of ploy the Institute is attempting to unleash upon the world, but I'll be damned if I'm going to stand idly by and let it happen and not let us steal it and use it for ourselves. All stations reporting green and all personnel are aboard the Pride Wind. I've gone over from the bow to stern and she's ready to depart. With all due respect, it would be helpful if you could let me know exactly where we're headed. It's difficult preparing this vessel properly, not knowing what type of environment we're flying her through. I am well aware that we're pointed north, but just how far are we going and what can we expect when we get there, Captain? As reported, I've sent over my evaluation of Proctor Ingram's capabilities in the field. In my professional opinion, Ingram is fully capable of handling field operations and would benefit any team fortunate enough to have her with them. Before the Pride Wind left the capital wasteland, I spent 6 months helping her design the power armor frame she's using to enhance her mobility. She's trained in the armor rigorously and is fully qualified, actually more than qualified, to be placed within our ground troops. I've been treating wounded soldiers for almost 2 decades, and I've yet to see anyone that can match Ingram's level of commitment and determination. Confining her to the ship would be a waste of resources and a damn shame. Now that we've arrived in the Commonwealth, I'd like to establish trade relations with the locals. I'm going to need a standard sweep and retrieve team and one of our vertibirds in order to make that happen. There are several caravans that roam the Commonwealth, and we'll use the vertibirds to track them. If any of the caravans get jumped, we can swoop in and lend a hand to let them know that we're the friendly eye in the sky. Since you can't normally buy that kind of protection from mercenaries, we'll be certain to get the best prices and values for trade. I've used the same tactic in the capital wasteland and it worked wonders. Out here, with the threat of the Institute looming over their heads, we'll have these merchants eating out of our hands. See, they're a bunch of shitheads. They're not good people. They're not good at all. The Brotherhood are a huge group of self-righteous raiders that got some really big guns. Exactly. That's why I don't like them.
Oh god. Mole rat on a stick was a really bad idea. Excuse me.
Not bad. You gotta douse it in ketchup. And I mean really douse it. Because there's no ketchup around here. This is someone's place. Everything is stealing. Elder Maxon's terminal. We've picked up some disturbing news regarding a rise in super mutant activity near the Commonwealth. Paladin Hudson has bravely volunteered to single-handedly investigate. This mission will take the Paladin deep into hostile territory, so he'll need all the support we can provide. I'm I'm having Tegan give Paladin Hudson an ample supply of ammunition and making sure Ingram certifies that his power armor is in peak condition. I'm also allowing Paladin Hudson the use of one of our vertibird gunships, so I'll have one prepped immediately. Once everything is ready, I'll meet you and Paladin Hudson on the flight deck so we can give him a proper send-off. I can't stress to you enough how dangerous this mission will be, so it's imperative that we provide the Paladin with all the support we can muster. As requested, I'm providing you with all the current information we have on Recon Squad Artemis. According to the records, we have sent them into the Commonwealth approximately 3 years ago to perform a standard survey beginning with the Malden area. We received a few reports from the team and then abruptly lost contact. Nothing in their communications indicated anything unusual, so we assume they've either lost the ability to radio us or have been killed. The squad consisted of 7 soldiers under the command of Paladin Brandis, so they certainly had plenty of firepower and experience required to survive a deep recon mission. I have several recon teams searching for Artemis's whereabouts, but so far they've been unsuccessful. As you know, in order to get the Pride rapidly to the Commonwealth, I had my engineering team pull her older power plant and replace it with an updated fusion plant we pulled from the aircraft carrier wreckage. I was able to squeeze almost 100% efficiency from the new reactor, but the system is burning through coolant supply faster than expected. As we've been docked over the airport, I've been able to deactivate the main engines to cool down the reactor, but we're still eating up coolant when we're in hover mode. We're eventually going to hit a point where we'll run out of coolant. If that happens, we'll need to put the Pride on the ground. I desperately need your help if you want to prevent that from happening. I'll be certain to provide you with the details of our next briefing. As requested, I've sent over my evaluation of Proctor Ingram's capabilities in the field in my professional opinion. Wait, did we read this one? Yeah, okay, we read that one. Armored jacket. You'll be pleased to know that work on the armored reinforcement plating for your jacket is complete, and I'll be more than happy to send up a scribe to retrieve it when you're ready. The plating is fairly strong, and I think you'll appreciate how lightweight the entire jacket will feel once the modification is made. I've stress tested the plating, and it would help you resist different types of energy weapon fire, as well as most ballistic threats. After you try it on, let me know if it's comfortable to wear long term, or if you need to make an adjustment to the design.
Have you ever fired a minigun? Chews through ferrules like paper.
So do I.
Would need the key.
This place is big. So I've never really done the Brotherhood thing before. So this is all kind of new to me. Because I avoided them like the plague.
Our vertibird should give us the air superiority we need to win this war.
Give me back. Can I have this? I got some settlers that would absolutely love this stuff. Thank you. And your shot glasses. More stuff. Feel free to use this terminal to unwind. I've disconnected it from the Pridewood's mainframe, but keep it clean. I'm shutting it down permanently. If you've got a problem with that, keep it to yourself. Ingram told me about the rec section under the main deck. I've contributed a few bottles of liquor and some cigarettes, but I don't have an endless supply. If you need refills, come see me. We'll do a trade. If anyone's up for it, I'm organizing a little nighttime feral hunt that's strictly off the books. I don't give a damn about the synths. These ghouls are disgusting, and we need to keep them out before they infest the entire Commonwealth. I'm pretty sure we can start with Cambridge Crater. See me if you're interested. McLaurin got his suit wiped out trying to drop from the top of Trinity Tower, so the current record holder is still Pitcherous with the Pridewind to ground drop. Remember, no leg armor mods allowed. Just a clean jump with standard T60, and you have to be able to walk away. No exceptions. Map update. I don't remember who was asking, but someone was looking for Mirelurk eggs. On my last patrol, we swept through Nippon Set Park and I saw a few nests, but Kel's had me carrying a ton of gear. If you want to head out there, I'm sure you could pick up some of the eggs for yourself. Alright.
There's no time to waste when there's work to be done.
What if there's not work to be done? Man. This is a big honkin' ship. Oh, what is this? What are you doing?
There. That should hold.
Thank you, sister.
You know, we wouldn't have to worry about them getting out if they weren't on the ship.
Your concerns are noted, Scribe. Give Proctor Ingram my thanks for letting me borrow you. Feel free to have a look at the specimens, but please don't touch anything. I refuse to be held responsible if you are injured.
Are all these creatures yours?
Well, they're an important part of my research, if that's what you mean. I'm on the cusp of discovering how these creatures' bodies have adapted to the radiation that's infiltrated their habitats. If I can crack the code, I can equip our troops with a protective compound far superior to Rad-X.
She's a unicorn, but you can barely tell because her horn is just peeking through the mane.
What do you mean, crack the code?
The genetic code. The DNA sequences that are in every living thing. You see, the ionizing radiation left behind by the Great War kills because it damages most living things on a cellular level. However, after several generations, these creatures' bodies have adapted by altering their genetic makeup to prevent cellular disruption. I believe I've discovered how I can replicate that genetic restructuring rapidly. Instead of decades, I can do it in moments. For a short period of time, anyway.
Why alter it for a short period of time? Why not do it permanently?
Attempting to alter the genetic code permanently? That's too close to what happened with FEV and Spawn, the super mutant. I'm not willing to take a chance like that. I wish I could show you a sample of the compound, but unfortunately I've hit a stumbling block, preventing me from synthesizing a sample. The specimens I've already captured can only produce so much blood and genetic material. If I try and harvest too much, they'll die. What I need are more samples of blood from the creatures roaming the Commonwealth.
Will I get some of that new compound you're developing?
If I make a breakthrough, you'll be the first person I give it to. After I've tested it on myself, of course. I've modified your Pip-Boy to scan the corpse of any freshly killed creature that has the proper type of blood in its body. All you have to do is pick up any viable sample and bring it back to me. Hey, I really appreciate you doing this for me. It's nice to know I'm not the only person in the Brotherhood with an open mind.
When did you touch my Pip-Boy? Man. Got over here.
The Institute giving machines free will? My programming says that's monstrous.
Have you collected any blood samples, Knight?
I haven't even freaking left the place.
That depends. Are you still paying for them?
Absolutely. I received the approval from Proctor Quinlan himself. Did you have any samples for me?
Will every creature yield viable blood samples?
Unfortunately, no. Nature's stubborn, and unless I get the proper specimen, I can't use it to make my compound. That's why I needed to modify your Pip-Boy. It'll let you know if the creature has viable blood in its body. Have you had any luck finding samples yet?
No, sorry.
I understand. Thanks for checking back with me. I really... As soon as I make a breakthrough, I'll let you know.
Oh, this thing. Look at him. He's got a hole in his neck. He's fine. What?
The Commonwealth's a dangerous place. Make sure you gear up before you head out.
Personal notes. Oh god, so much more to read. So I've been traveling towards the Commonwealth. I've been preparing my makeshift laboratory in the rear cargo hold of the Pridewind. When we arrive, Quinlan says he'll be sending out several patrols with the express purpose of collecting viable field specimens. My job is to oversee the dissection and study of anything the patrols bring aboard. I've always agreed with the notion that the quickest way to learn your enemy's weakness is by examining them from the inside out. I hope that I don't have to wait too terribly long to put that notion to the test. Quinlan's collection teams have already brought super mutant synth specimens aboard. I've collected a fair bit of data from the remains, but have yet to discover anything that will give our soldiers an advantage in the field. As far as the super mutant specimens go, they are quite different from the strains present in the capital wasteland, so most of our anatomical records require updates. That explains why they look different, which takes time. And the synth specimens, they're a complete mystery. The models we've recovered almost entirely mechanized, so I've been coordinating with Procter & Gram's, since she's our resident robotics expert. I suppose it's only a matter of time before I have some answers. In the meantime, I'm going to begin working on a special project of my own design. I've brought several mole rat specimens aboard for my special project. I'm convinced that the key to unlocking improved radiation resistance is in the tenacious little creatures like these. If they've learned to adapt to the radiation blanketing the Commonwealth, with a little help we can too. I know most of the crew thinks I'm crazy, but I'm certain that I'm on the right track. I just need as many viable blood samples as possible to make my theory a reality, which is difficult right now since Maxon has most of our team sweeping for technology. I'll see what I can do with the mole rat specimens, but I'm not sure it'll be enough. I've run into a stroke of luck today. One of the new recruits has agreed to do a little field research for me and bring back many viable blood samples. How the hell did you write this so fast? You haven't even come over here. I was even more fortunate they possessed a pit boy. I would like to modify to extract the blood from whatever creatures they killed during their missions. All I have to do is wait until our new Seriously? I mean, 1, how did you modify my pit boy without me seeing? And 2, when did you write this? You're punking me. This is like some Truman episode, isn't it? Well, you're all screwing with me. Well, I'm pleased that settling into your new role as our medical examiner, I'm a bit dismayed that your attention appears to be focused on your own personal projects. The dissection and examination of super mutant and synth corpses need to be your top priority. Don't make me regret placing you in charge of that laboratory, Naraya. I have plenty of other scribes waiting in line who are just itching for you to fail. Great people, aren't they? I'm sending the mole rats that you asked on the next vertibird flight from the police station. I have no idea what you want them for. Those things bite and they crap all over the place. It was a pain in the ass to collect them alive, so you better have that case of whiskey you promised ready for the return flight after the pilot drops them off. As far as getting the Brahmin up here, you can forget it. I talked to the pilot and he refuses to shove one of those disgusting things into his ship. I've been informed by several members of the crew that you're keeping several mole rat specimens in the laboratory area of the ship. While I can appreciate their value as biological specimens, I'm sure you understand that these creatures are filthy and emit an unpleasant odor in enclosed spaces, such as our hull. I'll permit you to keep them if you can assure that you'll have Procter & Graham devise some type of ventilation system to help mitigate the smell. Try to remember that you're sharing a space with people that have to eat and sleep, scribe. I expect a full report by the end of the week. Go. Seriously, how did they write that so fast? Before you got sick, you were playing Fallout 3 and ran into the scientists that came from the Commonwealth looking for a synthetic that looks like a human. Yeah. I was going over some stuff, and I actually was quite surprised at how much Fallout 3 references the Commonwealth. Like, they actually...
Never forget, you are the eyes and the ears of the Brotherhood. If you see or hear anything suspicious, it is your duty to report it immediately.
That's like some Fabio hair going on.
Now. Your vigilance could mean the difference between life and death.
What are you, triplets?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good.
Yeah.
Ad Victorium, squires.
Ad Victorium.
Dismissed.
Are you all clones? Are we cloning people now? Man.
Joining our cause was the wisest decision of your life, sister.
Jeez. So yeah, Fallout 3 references the Commonwealth, both with the synthetic man. There's a ghoul that comes from the Commonwealth, which is part of that quest line. But yeah, they reference it several times.
Procter Ingram said she needed this suit tested yesterday.
Yeah, I get it. Just
Lancer Captain Kells is one of the
Don't.
finest
Okay, sure.
officers I've ever had
Firing.
the pleasure of serving under. Everything holding together?
Trust me, you'd know.
You
Good.
did.
Humanity has fallen
Firing.
so since the bombs.
All right. Everything looks nominal. And you didn't scuttle the ship. Thanks, Initiate.
Whoa.
Sure. Anytime.
Christ.
Thank God. I'm proud to be serving under Elder Maxon. I had enough of Lyons and his foolish ways.
I don't know about Scribe Naraya.
Here,
I think
let me
she
help.
loves her little zoo a bit too much.
No, it's not working. What's this? Personal log.
Personal log entry 142. I can sum up living on the Prydwen in 4 words. I miss field assignments. Don't get me wrong, the research we're doing is exciting stuff.
This is my bed.
Life on this ship is a nightmare. I'm trapped in this metal tube 18 hours a day. I still can't decide who smells worse, the soldiers or the mole rats. And what passes for conversation among the grunts makes mutants seem scholarly. I'm gonna speak to Proctor Quinlan. Field scribes cannot have it this
Why
bad.
don't they get a toothbrush? I want a toothbrush. Take a life
This
risk.
belongs in the garbage can, yes?
Guys, there's someone sleeping in my bed. Is this some hazing thing? Remember the quest, but forgot where it come from. And I'm curious if they do make another Fallout, where it would be.
Nice.
I mean, it's good he locked it and all. You know, he tried. Karen, I really miss you, baby. I hope you're safe out there. Remember to keep the doors locked at night and the shotgun I gave you loaded at all times. Don't trust anyone unless you know them. And even then, keep an eye on everything they do. I don't know how long this tour will last, but I promise to come back safe. Love you. Opened with moving your king's pawn 2 spaces, eh? Smart move. Try to control the center of the board and free up the queen and one of your bishops. Bet you think I'm going to mirror your move, but guess what? I'm going to move my queen's pawn 2 spaces so I can teach you a little something called the French defense. Don't worry, you'll get the hang of it this time, this game. The French defense, so what, you just give up? Hey Mom, they're letting me send out a message before we initiate radio silence. I'm working with a pretty decent officer, the guy named Kells. He treats us well as long as we do what we're told. Working with the Brotherhood has been an amazing experience so far. It's nice to finally be making a difference in this messed up world. Gotta go now, Mom. Say hi to Daniel for me. Chalk up 2 more dead ferals. That makes a total of 17 since I've been out here. You wouldn't believe how easy it is to go down when you hit them with a laser rifle. It slices right through the ugly things like butter. When I get back from this tour, I'm going to take you feral hunting. Trust me, you'll love it. For now, you'll just have to stick to hunting the local mole rats with your zip gun. I hope this message gets to the right person. My name is Knight Boda and I served with your son, Initiate Arland. I'm sorry to inform you that Arland was shot and killed during one of our field training operations. I wanted you to know he died a brave death, saving the life of 3 other initiates in the process. There's nothing I can say that will soften the blow of losing a child, but I wanted you to know that it was an honor to fight by Arlen's side. You should be proud of the sacrifice he made for the sake of his country. I have sent his personal belongings back to the Citadel. Give my deepest condolences for your loss. On a training mission. Wow. You guys are really top-notch, huh? Even your locks are novices.
That's it.
you know what a 10-pound cockroach can do to a buoyancy regulator?
I can guess.
Don't get smart. You want to see the Brotherhood's greatest warship brought down by bugs?
All right, all right. Just don't tell Ingram, okay?
Fine. But there's a reason food's not allowed near the instrumentation.
You know, before getting shipped to the Commonwealth, I thought Elder Lyons still had some good points. The Brotherhood in the Capital Wasteland, they were about helping. But this assignment, it's opened my eyes. On the flight here, we passed city after city, buildings taller than I've ever seen, some that nearly clipped the Prydwen. And who uses them now? Mutants. Freaks. Seeing all that destruction, tens of millions dead, brought on by technology run amok, it made it so clear. Elder Maxon is right. The wasteland needs to be cleansed, and we're the ones to do it.
That seems a little damning.
While I appreciate your attempts at diligence, Initiate, the sheer volume of complaints you have filed implicating your brothers and sisters as synth agents has done irreparable harm to ship morale, as well as your own credibility. Proctor Ingram, Paladin Dance, Elder Maxon. I understand the stress of our mission is great, and for that reason I am inclined to show leniency for the damage you've done. Your reassignment will be effective immediately. Welcome to Recon, Initiate. Do us proud.
Super mutants were human once. How could science have gone so wrong?
Look, don't blame science. Don't ever blame science.
You think the Commonwealth looks bad? You should see the Capital Wasteland.
Oh, I have. I mean, not personally, but you know, I've heard things. Oh, that's that place. All right, cool.
There. Try it now.
Nothing. I was supposed to report 10 minutes ago. If you can't fix it...
I can fix it. You're the one who decided to kick your way through a mirelurk. Got it.
There it is.
Please, let
Thanks,
me
brother.
see and
I
scan
owe
as
you.
many indigenous life forms as possible.
Okay, Curie.
It is, of course, for science.
Science doesn't kill people, stupidity does. Exactly. So don't let stupid people do science.
We've got a lot of work ahead of us, brother.
Paladin Dance.
There you are. How did it go with Elder Maxon?
Well,
Maxon seems so young compared to everyone else. You're okay with that?
Don't let his age fool you. Maxon's a brilliant tactician, a formidable warrior, and possesses an idealistic vision for the future of the Brotherhood. I'd follow him anywhere, without question.
I actually like watching them eat. That's probably a more realistic eat animation than I've seen in the base game. What? Sorry. Am I making you nervous? No, go ahead. Keep eating.
Why are you so confident in his abilities?
A decade ago, the Brotherhood had almost gone completely astray. The Elder before Maxon sent us down a path that was leading nowhere. He was more concerned about charity than the preservation of technology. But when Maxon took over, he single-handedly reprioritized the Brotherhood from the ground up and put us back on the path to glory. This ship and its crew are a testament to his leadership.
Why does this game seem to mirror so much of what's going on in the world today? When it came out, it wasn't mirroring it so much. Now it seems to be very much. All I'm saying.
He sounds pretty delusional to me. You don't actually buy everything he's saying, do you?
You shouldn't judge Maxon on his words alone. His actions prove his sincerity. I just hope you appreciate how much of a chance I'm taking bringing you into the fold this quickly. Not to put too fine a point on it, but if you screw up, we go down together.
So, what's all this about you being my sponsor?
Elder Maxon is understandably particular when it comes to new recruits. He believes in order to keep the Brotherhood strong, we have to bond as brothers. As your sponsor, it's my duty to travel with you throughout the Commonwealth to ensure that our ideals are being observed. That's why I'm so concerned about your performance in the field.
I'm not comfortable being watched so closely.
Well, you better get used to it. If you want to remain a part of the Brotherhood of Steel, You're going to have to adjust to the military way of life. Now, I know you're eager to hop into a suit of power armor and take the fight to the Institute. But first things first. In order to be an effective part of the team, you need to learn your way around this ship and get to know its crew. Since I've been officially assigned to you as your sponsor, I'd recommend taking me along with you.
Do you need to come with me now?
It might help if I tagged along with you. On the other hand, you might want to make your first impression without a paladin standing over your shoulder. It's up to you.
I'll go it alone for now, and come find you when I'm ready.
Suit yourself. I'll be in the mess hall if you need me. If we want to win the people's hearts and minds, we have to spread the word.
Well, there we go.
Across the Commonwealth.
The Prydwen is a magnificent ship, and we're lucky to have her in our arsenal.
Sorry, I was watching you eat. Wait, who am I meeting? Oh, it's behind you. Cat.
Ah, good. You're finally here. Just set the books down anywhere. I'll get to them as soon as I can.
Sorry?
What are you doing with all these books?
I suppose I could stop working for a moment to address your question.
Whatever suits you.
Expanding the technological knowledge of the Brotherhood is what suits me. Since it's obvious that you aren't who I was expecting, would you mind telling me why you're here?
I'm asking myself the same thing.
I don't recognize you. Which leads me to the conclusion that you're a new recruit. Specifically, the one that Paladin Dance described in his report. Under normal circumstances, I'd provide you with a proper orientation of my department. However, I'm woefully behind setting up research patrols and getting bombarded with requests for technical documentation. Unfortunately, I'm lacking the personnel needed to get the job done.
What type of technical documentation are you looking for?
The Brotherhood is primarily interested in collecting information that might assist us with our current mission. Medical records, science journals, weapon schematics. If it contains any type of useful data, we need to get our hands on it.
What exactly is a research patrol?
Simply put, we send a small two-man team to scout a location and evaluate its technical and historical
He cared more about
relevance.
charity than preserving
Saves us from
technology.
sending an
No, he
entire
cared more about
retrieval
helping
team
those that need
to
it.
a worthless location.
See, this is why I don't like the Brotherhood.
If you want my help, just ask already.
I wasn't aware you were interested, Knight. As you patrol the Commonwealth, keep your eyes open for blueprints, memos, manuals, books, charts. Anything containing useful technical data. I'm authorized to pay you for each bundle of documents that you recover. And if you wish to be assigned to a research patrol, I have plenty of them waiting to be filled. In any event, it was a pleasure to meet you, Knight.
Right. I'm gonna take your one meager bottle cap. You don't even deserve it.
There's Brotherhood, then there's everything else. Nothing.
I'm gonna take your cat.
Please, finish your introductions by all means. But I do hope you'll consider assisting me when you're done.
Yeah, we'll see about it. Right, I'm just taking your stuff. That's cool.
We're out here representing the Brotherhood. Let's make them
Cade.
Glad you finally stopped by, soldier. Are you ready for your medical exam?
Excuse me?
What kind of medical exam? I feel fine.
There's nothing to be alarmed about. I just have a few simple questions about your medical history. It's my responsibility to make sure that you don't bring anything up here that could pose a threat to the crew. I'm going to ask you a series of medical-related questions, and I'd like you to answer me to the best of your ability. First question. As a child, were you ever exposed to radiation for an extended period of time?
There wasn't that much radiation around before the bombs fell.
Before the bombs? What? Let me check my notes. You were a vault dweller? You're probably healthier than anyone else aboard. Anyway, sorry I missed that in your records. Just going down the list of questions. I'm sure you understand. Okay, second question. Have you ever had, or come in contact with a person confirmed to be carrying a communicable disease?
What? Like a cold?
I hope that you're kidding.
Not at all. I'm quite serious, actually. However, I'll just assume that your answer to that one is a no. Third question. And please, answer honestly. Have you ever had sexual relations with any species considered non-human?
That happens often enough for you to have a question about it?
You'd be surprised how many Wastelanders answer yes to that question. Fortunately, the Brotherhood finds that type of behavior absolutely distasteful. Since you haven't spent too much time in the Wasteland, I'll assume your answer is no. Last question. Would you have any problems pulling the trigger on an enemy of the Brotherhood, whether they're human, formerly human, or machine?
That has nothing to do with medical stuff.
That's more of a morals question, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I feel that the mental state of the crew is just as important as the physical. Anyone that hesitates firing in combat due to misguided moral standards certainly isn't Brotherhood material. So what about you? Would you have a problem with it?
I suppose so?
Good enough. Excellent. I think I've got all the information I need. I see no reason to prevent you from beginning your duties immediately. If you ever need medical assistance, you let me know.
Alright. Sure. Yeah, does Curie count? You ever had sex with a non-human? Yep. Exactly. Contrast between the face and what is being said. Well, I'll just take that vodka.
The Brotherhood behind us will never fall.
Well,
Just leave that if I were you.
no, the bucket was an accident, Curie. The bucket was an accident, Curie.
Medical report. Knight Captain Cade reporting. I've been working closely with Scribe Naraya, examining some of the synth bodies that our recon teams have recovered. Even though we have yet to recover the synths that appear completely human, these lesser models are still astoundingly advanced. What's becoming apparent is that the Institute... How can I help you today? ...logically gifted enemy we've ever encountered, and therefore exceedingly dangerous. I've turned over all of my data to Lancer Captain Kells, along with my recommendations for developing effective countermeasures for these synths. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how much it will help, given the fact that the real enemy are the synths that could be hiding among us.
So, you're the new recruit I heard about.
You chewing on the thing there? Yeah, turn towards me, that's a little bit better.
What were you expecting?
The last batch of recruits we took on were Wastelanders. Dirty, beaten up, looking for a handout. They were desperate and looking for an easy out. You look like you're here for a reason. Anyway, since you came down here to meet me, we may as well get it over with. My name's Ingram, and this lovely little grease pit is where you'll usually find me. If your power armor's too tight in the crotch, the Pridwin's about to crash into the ground, or a robot's gone haywire, you come see me.
Oh, I see what you're saying. King Kai's planet. The dock.
Is this where I get my power armor?
Ha! That's always the first question from the new guys. Let's see. I just fixed up a pretty decent T-60 suit. The left leg actuator's a bit sticky, but it'll keep the creeps off of you. It's sitting in Bay 3. There isn't a day that goes by on this tub without 5 or 6 things breaking down. And since I'm stuck in this rig, I'm not quite as spry as I used to be. The work tends to pile up.
Oh. I just now noticed that.
You feel like telling me how you ended up that way?
That's a little personal, don't you think?
Most people in your condition would have given up. Can I hear your story?
Sure. What the hell? I was fighting with the Brotherhood in the Capital Wasteland. Worked at a staging area for the power armor troops. Our position was along a ridge line overlooking the battlefield. I'd say it was a 100-foot drop, give or take.
You weren't aboard the Prydwen?
The Prydwen wasn't under Maxon's command at the time. It wasn't even in the Capital Wasteland. If she'd had been there, the battle wouldn't have been such a challenge. To make a long story short, the ridge I was standing on took a hit from a nuke. Sheared most of the cliff right off, and caused the platform I was standing on to tumble over the side. If I hadn't been test piloting one of the power armor suits at the time, I would have died.
Your power armor helped you survive the fall?
Yeah, it took the brunt of the impact. But I don't know if I'd call it surviving. The suit was trashed after it landed, and I lost both of my legs. Haven't walked since. Anyway, if you need any work done on your power armor, feel free to use the workshops around here. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to work.
Didn't even notice that. You're the new recruit. Not what I was expecting. You're not what I expected either.
Get yourself killed.
No, it's fine. I'm not gonna read any more compute. Well, we need to read some computers, work orders. Let's just see if it opens up maybe any map things or whatnot. Now, there's probably a lot of story in here, but at this point we've done a lot of readings. We've gone up here.
When it comes to keeping the Prydwen running, Proctor Ingram's the best.
No matter how many battles we win.
Wait. Nope.
There's always another fight ahead.
Oh, I can just talk right here.
Step forward, Knight. Even though they've locked me in this blasted cage, I promise that I won't bite.
Do you want me to let you out? I could do it. I mean, he's really working to keep you in there, though.
Why are you in there?
I'm glad you asked. Now, this is the stowage depot, and I, as you probably already guessed, am the ship's quartermaster, Proctor Tegan. The powers that be have me locked in here, so I can keep an eye on the Brotherhood's valuables. If you need to stock up on supplies before you head out on a mission, this is the place to buy them.
Wait, buy them? Since when does the military sell equipment to its own soldiers?
Since someone dropped a whole bunch of bombs and blew up every single factory that manufactured weapons and ammunition. Keeping the Brotherhood supplied takes caps, and everyone contributes to the cause. The good news is by having a constant flow of caps, I'm able to buy whatever you bring me. Yeah, I'm mostly interested in weapons, but I'll take anything useful.
But
of course,
doesn't that all
just
just stay
to make a few caps on the side? I might have some extra work for you to do.
Guys, I think your economy is screwed up, because if all your what? Hi. Oh, sorry. Well, are you writing this down? Because if you're all buying and selling stuff to each other, why doesn't that just contribute to the military itself? You know, scrap and salvage. Are you all keep... No? No? Curie? Did I...
Is this going to take much longer?
What sort of extra work are we talking about?
Oh, no. It's nothing like you're thinking. It just involves a little bit of heavy lifting and interacting with the local farms. And since I'm stuck up here manning this one-man zoo, I need someone to do the legwork for me. After you're done with the meet and greet, we can discuss the details. In the meantime, if you ever need anything else, gun, a mod, even ammo. You just let me know.
Sure. Alright.
When I get off duty, that Salisbury steak is mine.
Oh, just short of leveling up. Well, alright, where do I need to go next? Meet with Maxton. Alright. Do I? Nope, that's not mine. Which one of these suits is mine? Is that one it? Nope, that's not mine. This one's mine. It's actually complete. What can we do here? Wow, that